Welcome to a special edition of Hockey Ultimate Talk, where today me and Henreek are going to give you our playoff predictions, our bracket, whatever you want to call it. We're going to go through each of the first rounds, tell you who we think is going to win. It's going to be an interesting one. I think that we're probably going to agree on a lot of them, especially your Devils one. But Reek, how are you doing?
I'm doing really, really well. I'm excited for the playoffs. I mean, this is the best time of the year. I mean, there's just so much happening in sports in general. I mean, just there's basketball playoffs, hockey playoffs, baseball season, right? I mean, what more can you ask for? I mean, it's exciting.
Well, what more could I ask for? Detroit Red Wings hockey in the month of May.
Hey, well, at least you have the Detroit Tigers. They're first in their division, I'm pretty sure, so that's good.
Yeah, I've been paying attention. You know, Torque is probably on something, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
But suddenly knows how to hit the ball. You know, it's real interesting.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, you have some Detroit team, right, that's doing well. I think the Detroit Pistons in? Oh, yeah, they're in, right?
I think they're in the playoffs.
Do
Yeah,
you care at all or no? Like, are you going to watch?
I haven't watched basketball since like 2010.
Playoffs, so maybe check it out, right?
Yeah, I might turn, if there's nothing else on. If there's no hockey on, I'll turn it on or something. You know.
Yeah, there probably was always going to be hockey from now on, right?
Yeah, so that hopefully, depending on how the schedules are done.
That's true. Yeah, you never know how they link up, but.
Now, the plan today, guys, is to go through each one of the first round matchups. This is just a special edition. We're going to be talking hockey in this one. If you're looking for more Hut stuff, that'll be on Monday or Tuesday, depending on when we can get around to it. But the first matchup we're going to be talking about, Reek, over in the West, Winnipeg Jets and the St. Louis Blues.
Yeah, and I get started tonight as well, right? So that's the first game. Yeah, 3 hours from now. It'd obviously be probably happening while this, when this goes up on YouTube and everywhere else. But yeah, I mean, that's going to be an interesting series. I feel like everyone is kind of assuming that the Blues, it's like 2019 again, right? Like they're going to go on a run. They're going to upset Winnipeg. And, I definitely can understand that. But I feel like the Jets are getting major disrespect going into this. I don't know how you feel, but.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I talked about this. I did make a video already on my playoff predictions and doing the bracket and that. And I don't see that happening. I think Winnipeg's gonna have a pretty easy series, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, the only thing that's a little bit concerning is I know the Jets are without Velarde, and Ehlers also recently is out now. Like he ran into a referee. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't. But I thought it was gonna be because he's gonna be on the Red Wings next year.
Well, that's probably gonna happen too. So, but. Yeah, I mean, I still think there was some questions about Robert Thomas if he was going to play, but I saw today that he's good to go. He'll be playing tonight for them, and I think Parayko's also going to be back for them today, unless I'm wrong. But I know he's definitely coming back for this series at least.
Interesting.
So I mean,
so there you go. Some good names coming back for him.
Yeah,
it's going to help.
I mean, exactly. And the thing is, Bennington. I mean, we saw in Four Nations, right? I mean, he could be unreal at times. So I mean,
yeah. I don't think that St. Louis gets by Hellebuck too often. That's my.
And the defense. I mean, the Jets have a very good defense. Like the way they play it. I'm not saying all their defensemen are unreal, but
I mean, here's the thing. I actually people are really upset about that Pionk contract that he just signed. I don't hate it. I think it's a little much, but with the cap going up in that, I
was gonna just say that. Yeah, like it does sound like a lot in theory, but then you have to remember that the cap is going up, right? And it's a right-handed defenseman. Typically, they do get signed for pretty good money.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about Pionk there. I think it's okay. It's not like amazing for the Jets, but I don't think it's like the end of the world, you know what I mean? So with him, they got Josh Morrissey, they got some good players in the back end. I think they're fine. I think I have Winnipeg in 5 or 6.
Yeah, for me, I have Winnipeg in 6. That's what I have them in for sure. Like it's gonna come down to if the Blues are gonna win this series, you're gonna have Binnington be unreal. That's just the bottom line. He's gonna have to steal games, like actually. Like, I feel like the way for the Blues to win games, they're probably going to have to win games, 2-1, 3-2. Like, they're not going to be scoring 5 goals in a game on Hellebuck. It's not happening.
I don't think so.
That's just simply not happening. I mean,
here's the one thing that we can say, though, and it's true, and it rings true for everyone who's going to make one of these brackets and talk about the playoffs and everything. Hockey's unpredictable.
Of course.
Anything can happen. In reality, I mean, it looks like a slam dunk for some of these teams, and they could get swept. Hell, I could say that a couple years ago for my own Windsor Spitfires, who were the #1 team in the league and got swept by the last place team to make the playoffs.
See, you just
it happens.
You just don't know. I mean, really, it's true though. Like bounces and one game can just change series. Like I mean, there's just so many things that can happen it's a small sample size. That's really the reality. I mean, it's one series, right? Anything could happen. So
yeah. So while we both have Winnipeg winning, anything can happen. And if we want to switch focus to the first Eastern matchup that we're going to talk about here, the Battle of Ontario, Toronto and Ottawa.
Now, this is definitely one of the best matchups, I'd say, right? On paper,
Absolutely.
Of course. I mean, everyone's excited for it because, no matter what, right? Like, there's going to be, one fan base going at the other regardless, right? Like, I mean, the Leafs win, then, look, the Senators, obviously, they deserve to be here. If the Senators win, well, the Leafs, they choke as usual, right? So, you can't really, no matter what, someone's going to be really mad. What do you think about this series?
I'm excited for it. This is the series I'm looking forward to the most. Now, with that being said, everyone knows that I am a Detroit Red Wings fan. I am also a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. For those who don't know, growing up, my favorite team was Detroit. However, my grandfather, massive Leafs fan. And when I did move in with my stepdad, when I finally got out of poverty, we had cable for the first time. And guess what? I was able to watch the Toronto Maple Leafs too. I was just a big hockey fan growing up.
Yep.
So while the Wings have always been my favorite team, if you guys didn't know, Detroit and Toronto used to be in different conferences.
Exactly, yeah. Like they were always in the
Detroit
same
was
division,
in the West. Yeah. Detroit was in the West, Toronto was in the East. So I would watch, the Leafs at 7 o'clock and then the Wings at 10. And it was amazing. No longer the case for the most part. But I still follow the Leafs, even though I wouldn't say I'm like a massive fan. I do want them to win for the sake of my grandpa. I think that would be ideal. So I am taking the Leafs in the series, and I'm nervous doing it, but I am doing it.
Yeah. How many games do you have them winning in?
6.
Yeah, so I'm gonna actually say I agree with you. Yeah, that's what my bracket says. Leafs in 6 as well. But I wouldn't be shocked if Ottawa won. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if you would be, but I would not be shocked.
No. If it happens, it happens. I don't think it's going to be an easy series. That's for sure.
No, for either side, of course.
No, but I think that Toronto gets it done, and I think it's going to be a good year for the Leafs.
Yeah, I definitely could see them going on a nice little run here. I mean, Ullmark, he's kind of been iffy this year too. I feel like he's either unreal or he's like really bad. So it's like, it's tricky. I mean, and he his playoff record doesn't look amazing either. Ullmark, he's kind of struggled in the playoffs. So I don't know if that's always going to be the case. And the Leafs goaltending's looked really good this year with Stolarz and Wall. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, playoffs are different, right? Maybe those guys won't perform as well in the playoffs as they did in the regular season, but.
And again, just to point out, one thing can change an entire series. If somebody gets hurt on either side,
oh yeah, for sure,
that could legitimately change everything. A team could be up 3-0, and hypothetically, and I hope this does not happen, and you never want to wish injury on anyone, but hypothetically, Toronto's up 3-0, Austin Matthews goes down with an injury, that changes everything for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and Ottawa can storm back.
I feel like one player though usually wouldn't make a 3-0 comeback though.
No. Hey, again, anything can happen.
No, for sure. He said, "Okay, why would you say that?"
Anthony Stolarz gets run into by Brady Tkachuk.
Yeah, I mean it's true. Brady Tkachuk. Speaking of him, he's clearly not healthy. Like he doesn't really he hasn't played a lot of games recently, and then I think he played the last game, and then he left the game early for precaution. You know what I mean? Like if you're leaving games a lot, like he's clearly not 100%, which sucks because obviously it's his first playoff appearance, but.
Casey said, at least say John Tavares. Well, I didn't want to say John Tavares because the last time that happened, the Leafs lost, so.
Yeah, you don't want to put that out there again, right?
I don't want to put that into the universe, no.
Yeah, I mean, we should be saying, too, like, maybe, like, each team's X factor in the series as well, right? Like,
Yeah, so Matthews has shock and awe, obviously. Okay. Very good.
Here, Bambi.
I would say for the Leafs, it's got to be... Here's the thing. You can't be like, it's going to be William Nylander. Because, like, you know what? Like, he's expected to do, you know what I mean? Like, you're expecting William Nylander to be one of the best players on the ice. Same with Matthews, same with Marner, John Tavares. For the Leafs, it's got to be Morgan Rielly for me.
Really? Yeah, see, I was talking to...
Rielly has to step up his game.
I heard he's been bad this year.
He's been very bad. I don't watch every game, but from what I've seen, it has not been good.
Yeah, I heard a Leafs fan telling me as well, Toast, if you know him, he said Chris Tanev is the X factor for them.
Tanev has been great for Toronto.
Yeah, no, I heard he has been very good. I think for them it's going to be Marner. I mean, everyone talks smack about Marner. If Marner goes out and has a big series and they win, I mean, you're not going to hear anything, you know what I mean, negative about him, right? So
now here's my prediction with Marner. If the Leafs lose the series,
he's gone.
Marner, yeah, he's done. Signs in Detroit. Detroit makes the playoffs next year. Eliminates Toronto in the first round.
You just love chaos.
I do love chaos. Yes, it's fun. Is that going to happen? Obviously not. But it's fun to think about.
It is fun to think about. I would say it's definitely fun to think about. And Yeah, I mean, I think Toronto in the end will win the series. Like I said, barring any like sort of like crazy injuries or something. We hope that doesn't happen. Obviously, that'd be brutal.
Yeah, you never want to see that happen. But I mean, anything happens in the playoffs, and
Ottawa. I think Ullmark needs to be crazy. Like he needs to be so good for them.
Yeah, you need Ullmark to steal games.
That's probably the only way
you're
win.
Gonna have to, because there's gonna be. Again, I have said this in the past. I'm not huge on Ottawa's defense.
Yeah, I think their forward core is very good though.
Yeah, I think they're solid. But when you have, Matthews, Marner, Nylander, Tavares,
you don't want Travis Hamonic out there.
And like Matthew Nyes, he's been really good.
Awesome. He's been really awesome.
And he's going to be interesting to watch here in the playoffs as well. So
with his fantasy card, right?
Well, yeah, I didn't get it. You know who I got? Oliver Bjorkstrand on my second account here.
Bound
so
probably too, right?
Yeah, it's bound. So that's great. That's a great job by EA picking Oliver Bjorkstrand.
But yeah, Leafs in 6, we both think. So you want to go back to the West, or are you going back down the East still?
No, we'll go back and forth. Okay. We'll go back to the West, and we're going to talk about the Dallas Stars and the Colorado Avalanche.
Yep, and that also starts tonight. And that's another huge series where I think a lot of people think it's going to be the best series of the first round, up there with Toronto and Ottawa, right? Just on paper.
Yeah.
And
Rantanen returns, man. It's
Landeskog might be playing, they said, tonight.
And that would be awesome to see.
Yep.
That would be great.
I mean, it's going to be a really good series, I think. I mean, a huge thing, though, is Robertson probably not playing in the series.
Yeah, but I saw Heiskanen probably is now.
But not game 1, though.
No? Okay.
Yeah, not game 1.
Okay, so even without Robertson, I was going to say I think Colorado is going to win. Without Robertson,
you're even more certain, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think Colorado gets it. I have a really hard time, and I said this in my video, but I have a hard time betting against McKinnon and Makar.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, because think about it. Look at last year, for example, right? Obviously, they played against Winnipeg in that round 1. No one thought they had a chance, right? The Avs against Winnipeg, and they won in 5. They took care of them easily. And I know they did lose to Dallas last year, but you got to remember, I believe in that series were they either up 2-1 or down 2-1, and then that's when Nichushkin left the team, for whatever was going on with him, right? So
yeah, so I don't know if you remember this, but I wasn't home for a lot of the first round last year and some of the second round because I was on a cruise ship for 2 weeks. I was gone in Alaska, and I was able to watch a little bit of hockey here and there. It's not like they have every game available to be watched on television.
Not on a cruise ship, probably.
I missed a lot of the playoffs last year. I won't be missing any of it this year, and I was able to watch a few games, but what I did see, I liked Colorado then, and I'm going to like Colorado this year.
Yeah, so. For sure. And Miro is apparently set to return in game 4 or 5. That's what I'm hearing from.
And he might not play then.
Okay, they're going to get swept. They're going to get swept?
It's possible.
Again, I don't agree with that.
It is possible. It's not possible for them to get swept.
I would say no.
0% chance.
I would say 0% chance. I bet everything in my whole life.
While I agree with you that they're not going to, it is possible that it happens.
I got the Avs in 7 personally. That's my prediction.
I think what did I say? I think I said them in. I think I said 6.
Yeah. For me it's 7. That's what I put in my bracket at least. But I mean, another huge thing is goaltending. Like, is Blackwood gonna be that guy for Colorado? Is he gonna actually be the good goalie in the playoffs?
Yeah, that was my concern is the goaltending as well.
Ottinger's kind of whatever too though for Dallas. I don't think he's that great personally.
Did he not finish top 5 this year for goaltender stats?
Not really.
Oh, my bad. I thought
wins he's up there, yeah, but I don't think his save percentage is that great, to be honest. Unless I'm wrong. 909.
I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad, but
he's okay.
Better than anything. Yeah. Goals against 2.58. That's it's okay.
He's fine. I'm not saying he's bad, obviously, but I don't think he's as good as people think he is,
Yeah. Why is there 3 Mackenzie Blackwoods on this? I don't know.
What the heck?
Looking at here. Yeah, there's 3 in a row.
What is happening?
Bro, gotta love it. Yeah, Ottinger. I mean, 36 wins in 58 games. That's pretty solid, though.
But wins, that doesn't really mean anything for a goalie. That's,
But it does.
It's a team stat, though. Wins.
Sure, absolutely. But if you had, throwing a random name out there, Manny Legacy in net instead of Jake Ottinger, is that number 36?
I mean, if they have a safe save percentage, it is.
No, it isn't.
I mean, I don't agree with that.
I completely. Here's my thing. Jake Ottinger's in net. You're not throwing the puck on net from random spots because he's going to save it.
For sure. I mean, I know what you mean. But, obviously, if a goalie's gotten to that point with that season, it wouldn't matter who it is. You know what I mean?
No, there's just no way. I'm sorry. It's just like, I'm sorry, but like, you throw fucking Alex Lyon there instead of Jake Ottinger, and
he was good Lyon for you guys. Why are you being like negative to him?
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
He was cooking against the Devils the other night.
Bro, it's the fucking Devils.
What does that mean?
Well, we're gonna get to them in a little bit, and we'll talk about the Devils.
True.
But as for this series, I have Colorado in 6.
Yeah, I got them in 7. I mean, I think Colorado's poised for a nice run.
I mean, maybe. We'll see.
I thought you believe in them. You said that they might sweep the Stars.
I like Colorado, but I don't know, man. Like, so how I did my bracket, and I'll explain super quickly. How I did my bracket was I didn't go like what team do I think is gonna go win the cup. Yeah. Like I look at whatever. I went series by series.
That's smart.
Right, and the way I did it and the way I looked at everything, it made me go, well, okay. The teams that I thought maybe are going to go deep might not go so deep based on how the matchups are going to go.
That's a thing, yeah.
The next matchup we're going to talk about is in the East is Tampa Bay and Florida.
Yeah, that's a big one. Before we actually talk about that, I actually had a question about the playoff format for you. How do you like it currently, or do you think 1/8 is better?
No, I like 1/8.
See, I'm gonna stun you as well. I actually like the format.
It's okay, but like it always feels like the first round is the most exciting round, and then rounds 2 and 3 I don't care about, and then I won't care about the finals.
But here's my statement, though. I like that the first round's the best round.
You like that the first round's the best round, and then you don't really care about the next 2 series. That's interesting. Oh, that's cool, Rick. Yeah.
No,
you care about
I agree.
one series of games and not the rest.
Yes.
Okay, I get that.
Yes,
I get that.
I actually do. I mean, what does that mean, though? The second round's boring. Always the conference finals were good, though. The second round, sure, but the second round's always been boring. Even back to 1/8, I remember it was kind of like whatever as a fan.
I don't know, man. I don't like it.
I personally do.
I think that. So, like, hypothetical. Winnipeg wins and Colorado wins. They have to play each other.
That's unbelievable. What a series.
I don't like it.
I mean, wah. End of the day, if you're that good, you'll win these series if you're that team. That's my mentality.
Fair. But I just think it makes... And you alluded to it, too. It just makes the second round feel so less interesting.
I mean, they could still be good, though, the second round.
Sure. But, like, okay, so if it's Colorado and Winnipeg,
yep.
And then I don't want to... We haven't said who we think is going to win over in the East, but Colorado, Winnipeg, are you excited for that series? Probably.
I am. I definitely am.
Now, whoever wins that series, though, I think is going to the finals. I don't see... the other.
See, I don't agree with that. We'll get to the other predictions, but
exactly. Yeah,
but all right, Florida and Tampa Bay, right? So that's another great series, right? I mean, I feel like the 3 series: Toronto, Ottawa, Battle of Florida, and then of course Colorado and Dallas. Those are like the 3 best series on paper, right?
Yeah.
And
I would agree.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. I really am. I mean, it sounds like a lot of guys are going to be back for the Panthers. Kachuk should be playing, right? So they should be getting their.
I flat out I have Florida winning this one.
Oh, like really? It's not even a question for you.
5.
5?
Yeah.
They don't even have home ice.
I don't care, Reek.
You think they're going to win in 5?
5 or 6.
Wow. I got Tampa in 6.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I just think it's just too much. You know what I mean? Like, they made the finals 2 years in a row, Florida. How much do they really have left?
Well, yeah, they're going to be tired.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And there's definitely guys that are hurt still. Like Kachuk, he's fully healthy? No chance.
Yeah. No, I'm still believing in Florida on this. Here's the thing. So hear me out here. I posted my video and I had someone complaining that I picked all the best and favorite teams
favorites,
to win.
Yeah.
Is Florida the favorite over Tampa?
I mean, most people...
Tampa had more points.
I was gonna say, most people are saying no. I think a lot of people are saying Tampa's going to win. So, no, I mean... And they're the higher seed, Tampa. So I
chose Colorado over Dallas. Do we think... like
Dallas is also the favorite.
I think Colorado's going to win, but Dallas had more points.
Yeah, Dallas is a favorite, so...
I don't know. Like, I don't know how else you want me to do this. If I say I've picked the first place team for every round, then maybe I'm going for only the favorites.
Well, yeah,
but
exactly. Yeah, I mean...
I have Florida. For me, I have Florida here.
No, I mean, I'm not going to be surprised if Florida wins, right? Like, I mean, I definitely, can see it. It's just... I just feel like Vasilevsky's been really, really good this year. Like, I feel like he's back to, prime Vasi, which is a huge, huge deal. Because I feel like even last year, he was not that great. He really wasn't. So, it seems like...
Yeah, he was injured for a lot last year, though, right?
Yeah, he had that back... I think he had back surgery, right? I think, so... So, I mean, I I feel like if they get playoff Vasilevsky like prime, I mean, because wasn't there like a stretch like when they were like going to the finals every year that he didn't lose like 2 games in a row or something?
Yeah,
which is crazy. So I mean,
yeah, this was his best year in terms of save percentage and goals against since we're looking at like 2020.
Yeah, so there you go, right? Like that's prime. Like I mean, that's only his first Stanley Cup that year.
Actually, this is his best career in goals against.
So I mean, again, he's been
like all time.
He's been very good. So I mean,
and his second best save percentage. So
hey, and you're still doubting.
I'm still doubting.
Well, Bjorkstrand, right? He's going to be out. So I mean, I guess that's a little bit of depth that's kind of gone for them. But
I mean, you got Hagel's been outstanding too.
He's been unreal. Cirelli's been good. All their guys have been really. Gensel.
No, I like Tampa. I think that they're very good, but I'm going with Florida here.
I respect it. I mean, I think it's going to be a great series. I really do. I got Tampa in 6 though. I really do.
All right. Well, hey, and this is fun. Here's the thing. We actually, differentiate here.
Oh, wait, it'd be very boring if every series is the same, right? It'd be the same.
Absolutely.
Right? So.
I wonder if we're going to be talking about the same thing here when it comes to Vegas and Minnesota. I guarantee you we are.
We probably are, yeah.
Vegas is probably going to win this one.
So, I know Minnesota's healthier, right? They got Kaprizov back, Eriksson Ek. That's all, fine and dandy, but I still don't think they're really that great, Minnesota, personally.
No.
Their goaltending is not that great either.
Yeah, I'm not big on the goaltending. Defenses, I like Brock Faber.
Yeah, Brodeen's good.
But
Spurgeon's fine.
I just don't think that they're I don't think that they're elite.
No.
On defense.
No.
So
even Faber's good. I don't think Faber's as good as people make it.
I think Faber's good.
Yeah.
For sure. But I don't think that are any of them, top D in the league.
No. Definitely not. No, I would say definitely not. But I like their team, but it's just I mean their opponent is just too good in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like Vegas.
Absolutely.
Vegas, you can say their goaltending, Vegas is whatever, but when they won the cup in 2023, I mean, Adin Hill's not that great. Let's be real.
I don't know. He put some good numbers this year, did he not?
I think this year is kind of bad for him.
Okay.
I think. Don't quote me.
I don't know, man. You'll know better than me. I don't do the research on these things. I just go on the eye test on what I've seen throughout the year.
Nah, he's been whatever, Adin Hill. He's fine, right? Just average, I think. But I would say that Vegas.
Yeah, he's yeah. I mean, it's not terrible.
What was the save percentage?
906.
That's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Hill got overpaid. You think? Yeah, I mean maybe. I would say
his goals against only 2.4.
But again, that's a kind of more of a team stat, kind of in my opinion.
Okay, again, you could throw if he's not there, but you have fucking Cam Talbot there instead. That you know what I mean?
I mean, okay, but you're picking out the worst goalies in the league, though.
But yes, I am to prove a point. Hey, he's got to be there to make the save and not allow the goal.
See, that I did know actually, Adkan, that he had the best stats in series final. I know he was very good that year for you guys. That I do know. Vegas, I got in 5 though. I think I had it in 5, either 5 or 6, but I think it was 5.
Yeah, 5 or 6 for me as well.
Let me just double check in my bracket, but I think I said 5. Oh, 6. I had it in 6.
Yeah, it'll be a good series. I think that Kaprizov will go off a bit, but I don't know if they steal more than 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a series where it's one of those series where I could see Vegas winning the first 2 at home, right? Minnesota wins game 3, Vegas wins game 4. And then Vegas wins game 5, you know what I mean? It could be one of those where they have a chance, or you know what I mean? Well, actually no, I meant more Vegas wins the first 2, Minnesota wins game 3, Vegas wins game 4, Minnesota wins game 5, but then Vegas does win in 6. If it goes 6.
So I did have Vegas in 5 for my bracket.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. So. Yeah, and Vegas Dorofeyev, what a season. I don't know if you've paid attention to him. What a season he's had.
I don't know what it is with Vegas, man. They piss me off.
They just find these guys, right? I think they drafted him though, right? I'm pretty sure. But yeah, he's had a great season.
I don't know if they would have. I don't know if they drafted him because they would have traded him by now.
That's true. Yeah, I mean they have nobody they drafted basically. It's crazy.
Hey, I mean, it works though. It works. They're they're doing something right.
You can't. Yeah, I mean, again, you look at Seattle for example, right? I mean, they haven't figured it out like Vegas has clearly, right? I mean, Vegas knows what they're doing. They just do. They missed the playoffs once.
Oh, you guys won our first overall pick last year and a first round pick? Yeah, for sure. List your top player. Okay, we can do that.
They do not fear making trades. That's what I love about Vegas, though. I agree.
Yeah.
We want Hurdle? Yeah, we'll just trade first. We don't care. They just don't care.
Who needs a future when you're winning now?
Honestly, that is kind of the way I kind of respect that mentality. I really do.
I mean, to be fair, that was how the Wings did it throughout the 2000s.
Yeah, and then look where it got you. Like at the time, obviously,
no, exactly.
You won.
Now, eventually, it does catch up to you.
Eventually, but you don't worry about that.
Eventually. No, exactly. But like that's why Detroit's where they're at.
Yeah, exactly. If you're going all in every year, eventually, yes, you're gonna be brutal. It's just how it is. Because guys are gonna get older.
That's exactly it. But with that being said, heading back to the East, we have maybe the easiest predict. I'll say the second easiest one to predict here.
Yeah.
Go Washington, Montreal.
Yeah, I know. Some people think the Habs really are going to win this series, and I just can't. I can't get
again,
behind
anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Anything.
Like again, I wouldn't say that like, oh my god, I wouldn't believe my eyes if they won the Habs. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't say that, but like I just feel like the Canadiens' overall team is just not on the level of any playoff team, really. I would say.
I just want to read what Baxter said here. I'd rather have loads of cups for a while and then be complete garbage for 10 years than be consistently mid. Yeah. So Detroit.
Literally. I mean, literally, they won all those cups.
4 cups in 11 years.
Yep.
They're still good for a couple years after that. Actually, they had 6 finals appearances in 12 years, I think it was.
Yeah. It's like half the time they were making the finals. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. It was nuts. But the price you pay for that is mediocrity.
Yep. And then
it is what it
eventual rebuild. Yep, it's just how it is.
Which, by the way, I'm gonna scream to the fucking at everyone about this. The rebuild did not start when they first missed the playoffs.
Oh no, definitely not.
I wish it would have, but Ken Holland said no. We're gonna wait 2 more years. So, yeah, that's
kind of like what it was for like the Devils as well with like Lou. Like he also just didn't want to like just admit it's over. You know what I mean? Like after they missed the playoffs, like he just kept trying to sign guys, sign Yager, sign like old players to try to like be mid.
That's what Detroit
and that's
did.
What they were. They were mid. Think about the McDavid draft, the Devils. They like tried to be good, and that the Matthews draft, they tried to be good, and they were like 500. They could have had players like Matthews. I'm not saying they would have gotten the lottery, but in theory, they would have had a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Detroit was trying to win, and they finished, like 24th.
Right.
Like,
yeah, exactly. And that's just not.
It was that bad. They just were not a good team, but they still sold everything off and tried to get, and that's what happens.
Exactly.
That's why we are where we are.
Yep.
That's all. It is what it is.
Habs' only path to winning is the power of friendship. Honestly, kind of true though. Yeah, it really is.
I have Washington in 5.
As do I. Like I think Montreal will get one. At home, right?
At home,
like for the fans, maybe like even if it's like game 3 or 4. Like I don't know. Like I don't.
Well, it would have to be at game 3 or 4 if it's at home.
Well, no, but I'm saying like you know what I mean. Like I don't know which one I'm saying they'd win.
Right.
But it's they're not winning the series in my opinion. I'm sorry.
I don't think so. Again, anything can happen, and I'm not gonna they've been very good.
Yeah.
But what I said in my video, and I'll repeat it here. I don't think it would have mattered if it's the Habs or the Blue Jackets or the Rangers or the Red Wings, whoever was fighting.
I'm not gonna lie, I think the Rangers could have beat the Caps. I really do.
They couldn't get into the playoffs.
So I understand that, but the Rangers are a team where Shesterkin goes crazy. They get power plays and they score on every power play. Bang, they win. That's the Rangers mentality. You know what I mean? They're not good, the Rangers, but I'm saying in small samples they can win games just because of how great their.
Anyone else hear what I hear? Anyone else hear what I hear? A Rangers fan talking.
I'm not a Rangers fan. I hate the Rangers with a passion.
You are a closet Rangers
fan. But I can be smart, and again, I can also call things how I see it, though. I'm not going to be in denial,
Yeah, I ain't got to defend it, man. I'm just trolling.
Oh. But, yeah, I think the Caps are going to win in 5. I mean, Monebo's very good. He's been very good, but, again, Monebo, you're really telling me he's going to be, like, winning the series? I just don't know.
Anything can happen, man. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen, but this one seems, a bit unlikely for me at least.
I would agree. There's only one more series I think is a little bit more lopsided, and we'll get into that shortly.
Here we go.
But it's not going to be this one. We're going to be talking about LA and Edmonton.
LA and the Edmonton Oilers for the 4th year in a row. Thrash, you excited for this one?
Yeah, and I think this is the year that the team who can't break through finally gives up.
Really?
Yeah, that's right. LA is going to lose again. Yeah.
Honestly, so it's funny because I was going back and forth on this one as well, right? I was like, is it finally the year? Everyone's saying that it's finally the year, right? Because they have home ice for the first time. The Oilers seem like they're banged up, right? Like they don't seem as strong as last year. I do think the Kings roster probably is overall better than the Oilers right now. Like overall, right? I'm not obviously McDavid and Draisaitl are better than any player they have, the Kings, of course.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a close series. I got the Oilers in 7 though. I do.
I do as well.
Yep. Like I think
Oilers in 7.
It's gonna be a great series, but I just don't know if they can do it, the Kings.
I know. I don't see him getting it done.
Like,
and I know that like Darcy Kemper's had a bounce back year and whatnot, and
and
all that.
I guess the thing is the Oilers goalie suck too, right? So that's the thing that always gives you hope. But I guess
no, I don't think it. Reek, that doesn't matter though, man.
Oh my god,
wins are a team stat. Doesn't matter if the goalie's good or bad.
Well, the playoffs is different.
That's what I'm fucking saying the whole time. Thank you for proving my point.
But until they do it, the Kings, I just don't see it. You know what I mean? I have to see.
Yeah,
I have to see it.
I'm also
I have to see it to actually believe it.
I'm also 7. I say in 7. Yep. I say in 7, but
yeah, like
I think McDavid.
I love like Byfield taking the next step, right? Like he looked really good this year. Like they look better, the Kings. They do, but is it gonna matter? We'll see. I don't know.
That's exactly it, and we come to the final matchup and the easiest one to predict. The Carolina Hurricanes versus your New Jersey Devils.
I just don't agree that this is the easiest one to predict. I think people are not giving the Devils any respect. I'm not saying they're going to win the series. I'm not. I picked against them. But I think it's unfair to say this is the easiest series to pick. I just don't agree with that.
Carolina in 5. If not 4.
All right.
What's wrong, man? Mad?
4! I mean, then I don't know. We shouldn't even make the playoffs at that point.
I don't think you should have made it in the first place.
Whatever. No Jack Hughes, the team sucks. Again, that's just a casual. I'm sorry. That's a casual take.
In reality, like, I'm only saying this to get on your nerves, and I think that's fairly obvious. I think it'll be an all-right series. I don't think the Devils advance, but I don't think it'll be as bad as, a 4-game sweep, but...
I would hope not. I think, again, if I have to be not biased, I have the Hurricanes in 6, is what I have currently.
I don't know about 6. I think the Devils will win a game, but... When I look at the Devils roster and who's playing, and I know Dougie's back, which is good for you guys.
I mean, that's a huge, huge thing.
But, like...
Who's the Devils' best player without Hughes? Stefan Nason? I don't know, maybe Bratt had 88 points? And Nico.
It's pretty good, but...
We have guys that can be very good. I mean, like, we have the stars. It's not like we have no good players outside of Hughes. That's just not the reality.
Hey, you got Nico.
I know. Bratt, Meyer, like, those are... All 3 of those guys could be the best forward.
Bratt didn't have any points in his final, 8 games, so I don't want to hear it.
I mean, we're playing for nothing, essentially.
I'm pretty sure he's injured, so...
He's not. He never...
He's playing for nothing, but he's playing the most time on ice of the team, by the way.
Yeah, but he's doing cardio.
Yeah, clearly.
I know, and that's what we need to. We don't need to get hurt.
That's embarrassing, man.
Canes only had 9 regular players. Yeah, but the Hurricanes in general, even before that, they were struggling as well. The Hurricanes, they weren't really playing. And my thing is this: the Hurricanes, awful goaltending. That's where the Devils can kind of be better than them.
Yeah, I would agree.
You know what I mean? Like,
you gotta. Here's the thing. Here's the thing for New Jersey, and it's gonna be hard because he has not shown up. But you need Timo Meier to step up. He's
been a lot better since Hughes got hurt, which is funny, but yeah, he needs to be unreal this series. For them to have a chance, he needs to be very good. Yeah, absolutely.
He has to.
They need all 3 of those guys to be the best forwards in the series easily. Nico, Timo, and Brad. If all 3 of those guys are not producing, they're gonna lose. It probably in 5. Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Like I would say.
Like it's tough to say because I know you were really excited to get Timo Meier, but he has not been the player that you were expecting. He has time to turn it around. He has a big contract still, right? I think
Meier has a lot of years left, but Meier. The thing about Meier is you say his numbers aren't great, and that's fair. I wish he scored a little bit more goals, but Meier also, until Hughes got hurt, he did not play power play 1. You know what I mean? 5-on-5,
whether he's power play 1 or not, whatever. He's getting a lot of money to get more than 50 points a year.
But again, if you're not on the power play,
why is he not on power play 1? If you're paying him that much money.
That's because the power play is the best. Our power play is insanely good. That's the thing. It was good without him, and now he got on the power play. It's actually gotten better.
and yet it's still worse than the Red Wings. How does that work?
Okay, yeah, nice. That's your thing you can be happy about. The Red Wings have a good power play.
Yeah, the best power play in franchise history.
Yeah, same thing for the Devils.
It's crazy, right?
28% for the Devils. Was it 30?
But no, like I'm not trying to shit on the Devils or Meyer here. Like in reality, you need him to be better. Simple.
Well, yeah, I mean, but it all can change in a playoff series. You know what I mean? Like if he puts up 4 or 5 goals, no one's gonna.
Yeah, absolutely. Or the exact opposite could happen, where he gets nothing, loses all confidence, and puts up 30 points next year.
He's not gonna lose confidence. He's a good player, but.
I'm just saying.
That's not gonna happen.
Devils over the Wings? No shit.
Who is Devils 1 seed? It's gonna be Nico Hischier. Yep. I believe the forwards in order right now are Hischier, Mercer, Glass, Dowling for centers. Yeah, that I don't hate Glass. Our forward line's pretty bad. I gotta say that's where you lose.
I'm pulling up your roster right now because
defense. I'm happy with. Forwards, it's a little bit scary. I'm not gonna lie. Like once you get to the bottom 6, it's looking a little bit scary. Like I gotta say, I'm not delusional. Like I can admit things about the Devils.
Luke Hughes having a bad year. I saw that.
No, he's not. Shut up.
Bro, he put up less points than Moritz Seider, and he's supposed to be an offensive defenseman.
Here we go again. He was also on power play too.
So what, man?
Put him on power play. What do you have? 70 points probably.
Yeah.
60 minimum.
Who is playing power play 1 if he's not?
Well,
who's the D-man on power play 1 if he's not?
But once Hamilton got out, then he went on to power play 1, and then he started putting up all these points.
Okay, I was about to say, like, Andre Platt, 28 points. That's tough.
Yeah, it's getting to a point here with him. They probably got to buy him out.
Yeah, that's bad. I was saying that a couple years ago, though.
Yeah,
like,
well, he gave us that one memory against the Rangers in Game 7.
Yeah,
but
yeah, it's time. I think it's.
Dougie is holding the Devils back. That is a very, very bad take. Dougie on the ice is very important for the Devils. When Dougie's on the ice, the Devils outchance every other team. Like, that's just how it is. Like, he's so important to have Dougie.
How do you feel about Brett Pesce this year?
I think he's been unreal. Honestly, he's been unreal. Oh, really? I've been a huge fan of him. Like, he just shuts things down.
How about Daniel Sprong? How's he been doing?
Honestly, I like him. I really do. He shoots everything.
He's fun to watch.
That's what I'm saying. He just shoots everything. That's what I love about him.
Yeah,
he really is. And
it's fun to watch.
Defensively, he hasn't really been that bad though. Like, I haven't seen anything like where it's like, oh my god, like what's he doing?
Well, he has 2 goals in 30 games, so...
No, I know that. You know? I'm not trying to say, like, he's been, like, unreal. Like, he's... Like, I just like watching him. I feel like he deserves...
Yeah, I enjoyed him.
Yeah, like,
I did, but, like...
He deserves more to go in, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, he put up a decent amount last year for Detroit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like he's getting shots off, and I feel like, you know, you never know. Maybe all of a sudden, you know, a couple shots just go in off a skate in the playoffs. Who knows, right?
Who's the starter going to be?
It's going to be Markstrom, no question, yeah.
Even though his numbers are worse than Allen's?
Yeah, no question. Because pre-injury, Markstrom was unreal, and Markstrom down the stretch the last, 5 games, he played a lot better.
Okay.
So
I
understand his numbers like for the season don't look amazing, but after he came back from his injury, he played pretty rough for like maybe 5.
Yeah, dude, that 696 against Boston the other night looking real good.
Let's not talk about that. But it's it's a new season, Thrash.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't think they're gonna win the series, but I don't appreciate everyone saying that they're like gonna get annihilated. I don't see that personally, but
I can't wait to do this next year when Detroit's in the playoffs for the first time in 33 years.
And then watch the Devils will probably be out.
Bro, I feel so bad.
It's all right though. I mean, you deserve it more than me.
I want to have that moment where we're both in the playoffs for the first time.
I mean, it's gonna happen. I mean, it just is.
I don't think it is. I don't think it's ever gonna happen. Well, Detroit's just never gonna make it.
Well, they will. Wings are not making it next year, someone says.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. But, like, if Eisman doesn't do something to at least attempt to make it happen, then we have lots to talk about.
Okay, I guess my question now is, what do you think is going to be the best series in terms of, like, pure entertainment?
Toronto, Ottawa.
You think so, right?
Yeah.
What's going to be
I think that first game is going to be...
Yeah.
Oh,
like, do you think it's going to be, like, the most physical, or is there another series you think it'll be more physical?
I think Ottawa's going to be very physical.
Yeah.
And I think Toronto's going to have to get physical.
Yeah. Well, Berube, right? This is why they got him, right?
I think Florida-Tampa will be your most physical series.
Yeah, because Florida plays that way, and obviously Tampa's not afraid to either. So
yeah.
Just
want to go back to the Devils super quick and just ask some questions about certain players because it's your team. You know, like we actually can talk about a playoff team here that I
know plenty about him. You know, that's for sure.
How you feel about Erik Haula?
Yeah, he's another one, if they can move him, probably they will in the offseason, I think. I really like his last, 20 games he played, but, I think he went from November to February. He had no points. I'm not even kidding. Like he literally, I think he legitimately went like 30 games with no point, which is crazy because he plays third line center. Like it's not like he doesn't get ice time, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that was very concerning. He's been better, but like I said, I mean, you're looking probably for a solution in the offseason, probably.
Why don't we swap? We'll take Eric Halla off your hands, and you can have Justin Holl.
So no, we don't need defensemen actually.
I mean, we don't need a third line center, but
yeah, but I mean, righties, we have so many.
Centers, we have so many.
Not good ones.
We just got rid of Valeno because we didn't have room for him.
I saw he scored the other day.
Good for him, man. I want to see him succeed. Big Dick Joey V deserves to score more.
Who was better, him or Zadina? They both suck, right? But
I mean, no question that Joe Valeno was like more of an NHL player.
Zadina is like not in the NHL anymore, right?
No, he's been gone for a couple years.
Crazy. And he was what, like 4th overall, 5th overall?
6th.
It's crazy.
Yep.
That was Holland, right?
That was Ken Holland for you. And guess what? You guys want to hear a fun fact? I've said it before, but Ken Holland was not going to take Quinn Hughes at 6, even if Zadina didn't fall.
Yeah, it doesn't really make it any better, though. He was
going to take Evan Bouchard, which, in hindsight, Bouchard's turned into a good defenseman.
Good. Yeah. But
he was going to take a big right-handed D-man versus Quinn Hughes. He did not want Quinn.
Yeah, and like, I really hope that, like, a lot of GMs and all that, like, they recognize now that, I'm sorry, like, you don't need to have the 6'4", everyone has to be 6'4", right? Like, you can take smaller players.
Yeah, I mean, Eisman, speaking of Eisman and ASP here, ASP made his pro debut last night in the AHL.
Oh, how did he look?
Gets his first point.
Oh, got a point. There you go.
Yeah, power play assist, exactly what we're expecting from him.
Yeah, right. That's where he's really going to be.
The guy's going to light it up on the power play. I don't know about his defensive ability. I don't know enough about his game. Like, it's hard to watch any games for Sweden in that. But offensively, I think he's going to be insane. So that's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, he really should be. I mean, everywhere he's played, he's lit it up offensively, right? So, I mean, should be no different in the NHL.
Let's hope that he makes the NHL next year.
He's going to obviously get a chance, I'm sure, right?
I mean, he'll have a chance to make the team, absolutely.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's not like
he will 100% have a chance to make the team next year. I think same MBN, probably, right? Danielson, Carter Mazer. I feel so bad for Carter Mazer. I don't know if you know his story. No. Got called up to the NHL this year.
Yep.
After the trade deadline, and that was going to be like our big move. We got because he's like a Bertuzzi type player.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Right, so
Tyler or Todd?
Will either. I don't think he's going to be punching anyone in the back of the head, but maybe you never know. He'll go into the corners. He's not afraid to get in front of the net. He'll get in your face. He'll push you around. He's that kind of player. Makes his NHL debut. I think it was first or second shift, and he's out for this.
Oh my god, what happened?
I think it was his arm, shoulder. I'm not. So the same thing happened to fucking Casper. I don't remember that. Casper broke his kneecap against Toronto.
Last year.
His debut. Was it last year or the year before? I think it was last year.
I saw he played one game last season.
Yeah, so it was that one where he played against the Leafs and broke his kneecap.
See, I was gonna ask about that because I was like, oh, maybe he just played one game like at the end of last year, so he was actually gonna play more than just one last year.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, they called him, and then
That's crazy. Man, he had a nice season for them.
I am extremely excited. I thought Casper was definitely going to be he'll be an NHL player.
Yeah.
I don't know what his ceiling is right now. I think he has potential to at least be that 2C that Detroit's been looking for.
Yeah, and then you need a 1C because Larkin's not good.
Yeah, no, you need a new 1C. Hopefully that's Danielson, or we can move.
Oh, you actually agree? You don't think Larkin's a 1C?
Oh, Larkin's not even a 3C, man. He's.
All right. No, seriously though, do you think he's actually a good?
Here's the thing. This year, he had a tough year.
You need more from him, right? You think?
The numbers in place what he did last year, though, then it's hard to say he's not a 1C.
He's
right?
He's like a 1C on a bubble playoff team, I'd say.
Yeah, that's the thing. Ideally, you want Larkin to be number 2, but if he's your number 2, he's one of the best number 2s in the entire league.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
So,
if he's a 2C, you're a cup contender probably. I mean, really.
That's the thing, right? So it's
No, I agree.
The comparison right now for Casper is Zetterberg.
Oh, I mean, you'd be signing up for that, right?
If that, and I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if that happens, holy shit.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Wings need an elite forward. I mean, Raymond, I think, is getting to that point, no?
I think Raymond is going to be that.
Yeah, right. I don't. That's exactly what Kevin was saying.
He's already a point per game player, or right around there, right? 80 points this year.
And he's only 22, right? I mean, he's
I think he turned 23 this year.
Right. So I mean, he definitely can get to that.
I think Raymond is going to be that player. Just watching him control the puck and whatnot, and I think Patrick Kane has been a big part of that.
We give you Svechnikov, Roslovic, and a first for Lark and Thrash.
Deal.
We
then flip that first and Roslovic for Dylan Larkin to Carolina. Thank you very much.
Wait, that actually makes sense. I like that.
Yep.
If you guys have any questions about, our I guess predictions on the playoffs or what we think, you can ask in the chat.
One thing I will say, clean out day for the Wings today happened, and Patrick Kane said there is mutual interest in him returning to the Red Wings. So it looks like it's going that way that he will be back.
And I think he should be. He's still producing for
Morgan Riley to Detroit for a bag of pucks. Here's the thing. Deal, because he's still better than fucking William Lagesson, who we're fucking lugging out there right now, So
respect him. Come on, Thrash.
Hey, good for him making the NHL, being an NHL player.
Oh, you know what we got to bring up? Actually, it's pretty big news. The Rangers, they fired Peter Laviolette. Yep. What are your thoughts on that?
I saw it coming.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how you don't make that happen.
And Phil Housley, I think, right, as well.
Oh, Housley's gone too, yeah.
Which is, okay. I think it's funny because, Drury's fired 3 coaches now. You know what I mean? How does the GM get to fire 3 coaches, right? I think that's kind of insane.
Yeah, it's getting tough, yeah.
It gets to a point where, I don't know, maybe he's the problem, right? I know Rangers fans hate Drury, so...
Yeah, I saw the Ducks fire their coach. Kevo just said that.
Oh, yeah,
I was actually surprised that they fired their coach.
So I was as well, and it's interesting, because I feel like they had a pretty good season.
Yeah, I don't think anyone expected them to do well.
They did 80 points.
Right?
That's
I don't think
solid.
anyone expected them to be close to the playoffs, and they almost got a wild card.
No, I mean, they were 16 points out, but...
No, but, there was a time where they were,
They were in it, yeah. They were, 5-6 points out, yeah.
Yeah, they weren't at the bottom of the league, and that's where I had expected them to be, at least, bottom 5.
Yeah. They really didn't. It was just Dostal and Gibson. I don't know. I don't believe that the goaltending was the only reason they had 80 points. I mean, they obviously had some pretty good performances from play. I mean, Cutter Gauthier looked good. I think the Ducks could be actually pretty good next year, honestly, depending on who they hire as a coach. Yeah. So we'll see. But
after they trade Zegers to Detroit, of course.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, I think... Who do you think the Rangers are going to potentially look at as their next coach? You think they're going to hire, Tortorella? Okay, imagine. They're probably gonna get a veteran again. It seems like teams like these, just they can't ever go for the new guy, right? They can't go for the college guy, or they always have to go for oh yeah, it's got to be Tortorella. Oh, it's got to be, I don't know who's another coach. It's kind of I mean, I could see Jay Woodcroft. That would actually be a pretty good one, I think.
Yeah, maybe that wouldn't be a bad one.
I actually like him. I think he's a good coach.
Yeah, him or Torts.
Torts. I mean, I'd be laughing because I think they'd suck again.
I'd love it. He's so good.
That'd be funny.
Just going through the Ducks roster here, you think that they're upset they didn't sell high on Vetrano?
Oh, he had a bad year, right?
Only 21 goals,
yeah.
45 points.
Didn't he have 30 the year before?
He had 37 last year.
I mean, that's brutal. That's really brutal, actually.
Yeah. So you got to think that they're probably upset they didn't sell high there.
Yeah,
could have gotten a lot for him.
Actually, I didn't realize it was actually that bad. I knew he had a down year, but.
Leo had 45 points this year. Cutter had 44. That's good. Their future.
That's what I mean. They have pieces. Terry's still good, right? There's,
Have we heard anything on Robbie Fabry?
Not that I've heard.
He played 44 games this year, so he missed half a season again.
Did he tear his ACL?
But I hope not, man. I feel for this guy. I feel so bad for Robbie Fabry. I do.
I mean, yeah, I don't want.
His body is made of paper mache.
Yeah, actually, right? Oh, yeah, they did re-sign Vetrano, too, this season, right? And they did the deferred salary. Yeah, that's actually true. Badaway is right.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I probably should have got rid of him at the deadline or something.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't heard really much of... what's the other guy's... Minchikov. Did he play? All the games this year?
He played... I don't think he put up that many points.
Did he play all games? 70 plus?
I'm not sure. Here, I'll pull up the roster again.
I feel like when I watched the Ducks recently, at least, I don't really remember seeing him play. Unless he's hurt or... I don't know, but...
That's the thing. It's hard to keep up.
I mean, there's a lot of teams,
Yeah, a lot of teams, and especially them being in the West, I'm not staying up.
You're not watching Duck Sharks, at midnight.
That's exactly it. Yeah,
it's just how it is.
So we're taking a look at Mintyukov. He played 68 games. He had 19.
But yeah, that's not great considering he's supposed to be a pretty offensive guy, right?
Yeah.
Lacombe was very good.
He had a better year last year by far.
See, that's interesting, right? But yeah,
28 points and 63 last year.
Yeah, that's so interesting. He obviously regressed. So, but I don't know. Maybe a new coach. Maybe he does get better, right? We'll see. Give these guys another coach. See what they look like, right?
Yeah, of course.
Do you think...
Any other questions you guys want to talk about here?
Someone said, do you think there's going to be any sweeps in the first round?
I don't have any happening.
Yeah, I don't either.
But again, anything can happen.
I hope not. I hate when there's a sweep. I really don't like it.
I don't know, man. I feel like, and I'm just throwing this out there, but I feel like if the Devils swept Carolina, you'd be pretty fucking happy about it.
I wouldn't complain about that, no. But that's not happening.
Yeah.
And then Bad always says, yeah, Kings and Devils. I gave the Devils 1 game. Shut up.
I also gave the Devils 1 game.
But again, I'm sorry. I just think it's ridiculous that, like, I'm seeing that some people think that that's the most, like, lopsided series, Devils and Hurricanes. I just don't agree with that. Why do we make it seem like the Hurricanes are some juggernaut? They're not. I'm sorry, they're not.
It's not that the Hurricanes are a juggernaut, it's that the Devils are the Devils.
What does that mean? Like, you're like, we're like a notorious team that... Okay, that doesn't... Okay, I wouldn't say it doesn't matter. But that doesn't mean they can't win.
You're right, it doesn't matter, Reek. They don't need Jack Hughes on their team.
They do, but it doesn't mean they can't win a series.
Of course, it doesn't mean they can't win. It's that they won't win.
Nice. Again, Hurricanes, 99 points.
I hope they do win for you, like for your sake. I hope they do win. I want to see them do well.
I won't be like devastated if they lose, obviously. If they lose in like 7, I'll be kind of heartbroken though, because that'd be obviously that would suck. Yeah. But if they lose in like 6, I can I can live with it, right? But then
forgot to talk about this. Spitfires.
Oh yeah, how they doing?
They were up 3-0 in the series. It's 3-2 now.
Oh god, when's the next game?
Liam Greentree not playing.
When's the next game?
Tomorrow night.
You're going, right? Or is it not in Windsor?
No, I think this one's gonna be in Kitchener.
Is Game 7 in Windsor?
It would be.
Would you go? Would you be scared?
Of course. But
has that like ever happened in juniors? Like history, it has probably, right?
Windsor did it actually. The Wyndham Memorial Cup one year.
Wait, that's funny.
I was at the series where it happened. Windsor was down 3-0. I think it was it to London? Might not have been London. Maybe I forget who it was.
What year is it?
2009.
Oh yeah, obviously I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Anyways, they were down 3-0 in the series and stormed back and won. 2010. That was 2010 because 2009 they lost the first 3 games of the Memorial Cup. And everyone's like, all right, well, what the fuck happened to Windsor? Yep. Like, they're this dominating team. And then they won out in the Memorial Cup to win it.
Okay, that was
So
nuts. How many times do you think all time it's happened in, like, junior history?
No, it's not as often as you might think.
Like,
it's junior hockey, so it is a little bit more different than, like, the NHL. There's a lot more, but...
Yeah.
I don't think it's very common.
I mean, you would think not. I mean, 3-0 is hard. Any level, you'd think, right?
Yep.
I mean...
Yeah. I mean, last year was the first time, or not last year, the year before, it was the first time in OHL history that the 8 seed swept the first seeds.
How does that even happen, though? Like, how did that actually happen?
I was at the first couple games. It was funny. Tactics couldn't go. He wasn't here. He was in Montreal or something. Oh. So he didn't go to the first 2 games, right?
Yeah.
So I guess no big deal. Like, I'll catch the second round, or if, like, the team steals a game or something, I'll make it to game 5. And then he didn't get to go to a playoff game at all that year.
But, like, why? Like, what happened, though, to the team? Like, how'd they just, like, lay down like that?
Bro, ask Wyatt Johnston, all right? Like, I don't know what to tell you.
That is pretty wild.
That was tough, man. That was painful.
Hey, that's hockey, though.
I don't think Wyatt was on that team. I think it was the year before Wyatt was on the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Will Cooley, I think.
Oh, he was on the team?
I think so,
That's funny. I mean, that's why we love hockey, though, right? Anything can happen.
Yeah, anything can happen. That's why you play the games, right?
Exactly. And that's why, again, everyone's saying Devils are going to get, annihilated. Who knows?
I hope... Here's the deal. Do you want to tell you what, Reek?
Yep.
I hope the Devils make it to Game 7. And I hope it goes to triple overtime.
What?
And I hope Timo Meier gets a breakaway, and he completely flubs it. And then, who picks up that puck and goes down the other way? Peter Kochetkov coming in for Freddie Anderson. And he skates all the way down the ice, and he dekes out Jacob Markstrom and scores.
See, that's what I want to see. I thought, because you would have had a good one if you just said Taylor Hall. Then I would have been pissed.
No, I'm not going to say Taylor Hall because I like Taylor Hall.
He's going to score against us. Probably in New Jersey. I'm going to get pissed.
Oh, probably, yeah. I have his autograph somewhere.
I love him.
On that flag.
I like Hall. I mean, I'm not going to be like one of those Devils fans that don't like him, but...
Yeah, Goldberg style, exactly.
Oh my God.
Nah, man, he's gonna do a knuckle puck.
Thrash is mad as...
Thrash is just mad. His wings are trapped. Doug, I'm just like, here's the thing. I feel like your chat has to be like 9-year-olds, and they don't understand that I'm just having fun.
No,
like I'm just joking, and people are like, oh my God, look at Thrash is so angry, bro. Like I'm not. Like
no, he's a troll. That's just Thrash.
That's just me, man. I just like to have fun.
And that's what you gotta do.
I live for the reaction.
You kind of do, yeah.
I love the reaction. You should see the shit that I say to my wife.
I imagine it's just as crazy, right?
Yeah, she still hasn't gotten used to it. We've been together for 11 years now.
That's pretty fun. Yeah.
It's great. I love it. I love the reaction.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. You want to wrap it up?
Yeah, I think we're good here.
All right, go ahead and wrap it up. I don't usually. So.
All right, guys. Yeah, you don't usually. That's a good one. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching and listening to our Round 1 preview of the NHL playoffs. We'll be back on Monday or Tuesday for our recap on the Week 3 team of the season and other stuff that's happening in HUT. Thrash, I'll see you later.
Bye.